Imagine a timeline, not of monumental events, but of quiet, deliberate steps. This is the story of George Roberts, a man whose journey to wealth was not a sprint, but a marathon of intention. Timeline: 2005, January 15th. First job. A role many would overlook. Entry-level work, mundane tasks. Timeline: 2010, June 20th. First significant career step. Embracing more responsibility. Leading a small team, taking charge. Timeline: 2014, March 1st. Launched his first small business. Opening doors. First product, first sale. Timeline: 2016, September 10th. Reached profitability. Profitability fueled his expansion. His story proves extraordinary success can be built from ordinary, consistent actions, offering a blueprint for anyone with the will to follow it. This is not a tale of overnight riches or a lucky break that changed everything in an instant. Instead, it is a testament to the power of incremental progress and unwavering focus. George Roberts represents the idea that you do not need to be born into privilege to build a life of financial freedom. He also shows you don't need a rare genius to get there. What you need is a plan, the discipline to stick to it, the wisdom to learn from every single step along the way. Every great structure is built upon a solid foundation, and George Roberts' career was no exception. He began his journey with entry-level jobs that many people might dismiss. He worked in roles where the primary payment was not a large salary, but a wealth of experience. It was here that he learned the fundamental principles of the working world, the non-negotiable importance of punctuality, the profound value of a strong work ethic, the art of communicating effectively with colleagues and customers alike. He was not in a hurry to climb the corporate ladder. He was in a determined pursuit of competence. Instead of chasing a fancy title, George focused on patient, steady progress. He observed how managers handled pressure, how teams collaborated to solve problems, how the most successful employees carried themselves with a quiet confidence. After a few years of absorbing these lessons, George was ready for his first real career move. He secured a position at a small, growing company where his responsibilities expanded significantly. This new role was his real-world business school. He was an active participant in daily operations. He learned about managing inventory, understanding profit margins, and balancing customers with costs. Long hours, sacrifice. Yet he saved a portion of every paycheck and invested in education. He devoured books and courses, tested ideas with small projects, each becoming another brick in his future empire. There comes a time in every builder's journey when they must move from working on someone else's project to designing their own. For George Roberts, desire for control and autonomy outweighed the security of a steady paycheck. He wanted something entirely his own, a business where he could implement his vision and his values. With savings as a safety net and experience as a guide, he leapt. He started a small, local service company, simple and focused. He identified a clear need and offered a straightforward, high-quality solution. He set fair prices reflecting the value he provided, making the service accessible while allowing for a healthy margin. From chief everything officer to employer, payroll, taxes, and building a positive team culture, marketing was grassroots and authentic, local ads and word of mouth. He made inevitable mistakes, logistics here, hiring there. He recorded, analyzed, acknowledged, fixed fast, and built systems to prevent repeats. The iterative process of trying, failing, learning, and improving grew the company. He was building not just a business, but a resilient, intelligent organization. This hands-on education prepared him for larger challenges and greater successes. The foundation set, George turned to the art of strategic business development. Once his business found its footing, George Roberts shifted from mere survival to strategic, intentional growth. Not reckless expansion, careful cultivation. He created a timeline with clear, achievable goals, targets for each quarter and each year, a shared sense of direction and purpose. He invested in his people, training that tied development to company success. He refined the customer experience and learned from feedback. Practical tools. Simple digital marketing and strategic local partnerships expanded reach. Market share grew methodically, without unnecessary risk. He avoided flashy perks with no ROI. He invested in systems, data, and process. He tracked sales, managed relationships, and optimized the supply chain to reduce costs. Rigorous quality kept promises. Sustainable growth came from a strong, efficient foundation. Discipline and grounded leadership set the tone. With operations tuned, he turned profits into lasting fortune. The next chapter: measured reinvestment and diversification. As the business matured, profits grew consistently. Many falter here, but George showed financial wisdom. Profit wasn't spending money. It was a tool to build lasting wealth. He avoided high-risk hype. He chose stable, predictable returns. He reinvested significant profits back into the business, funding growth, upgrading tools, and adding talent without burdensome debt. He paid down loans quickly, strengthened cash flow, and boosted savings. Year after year, a powerful, quiet rise. He bought commercial and residential real estate, steady rental income separate from the business. Diversification insulated against shocks. Capital funded new areas, each acquisition calculated for synergy. He added a manufacturing firm and opened a retail channel. An ecosystem emerged, multiple sources strengthening the whole. George became a true investor, generating wealth from many streams, layers of security through diversified cash flows, a robust foundation for the chapters to come. George Roberts became the architect of a diversified portfolio of businesses, a testament to strategic vision across sectors. At the heart remained the original service company, the cash cow, reliable and steady. It funded exploration into new streams. He acquired a small manufacturing firm, vertical integration, less supplier risk, lower costs, more control. A retail outlet connected him to end users and new revenue. Real-time market insights at the counter. Significant real estate investments. Long-term rentals, not flips. Consistent cash flow, independent of operations. A stake in a promising tech startup added growth potential. Smart asymmetry, controlled exposure. He delegated daily ops to capable managers with autonomy. He kept strategic oversight, anchoring quality, integrity, and sustainable growth. The whole became greater than the sum of its parts. A diversified empire, stable, scalable, and principled. George Roberts' journey from a simple job to a diversified empire was not a secret formula, but timeless, accessible principles. You do not need to start with money to make money. You need a plan, a purpose, and belief in consistent effort. Start small. Focus on acquiring skills, not just a salary. Every task is an opportunity to learn. Practice the discipline of saving and reinvesting. Dollars become seeds, watered through reinvestment. True freedom comes from assets that work for you, not liabilities you work for. This principle is available to everyone. Build systems, hire right, expand on a strong foundation. Manage risk by diversifying, never betting it all. A resilient enterprise weathers storms and seizes opportunities. Not luck or privilege, but thousands of small correct choices, day after day, year after year. His journey demystifies fortune and hands the blueprint to you. Start small, learn continuously, save wisely, grow steadily. The path is clear. The only question that remains is whether you are willing to walk it.